All right, everybody, welcome to episode 2 of The Christmas Courtroom, hosted by yours truly, Lawyer Love. Our judge for today is King Kringle.
How you guys doing today? I'll be judging for you. And first off, not to take the mic away from you, Jingle.
Oh,
I'm
I
proud.
apologize. I
You know,
apologize.
yeah.
Everybody, give me a sec. This is so rude of me.
Oh
But
no,
all
please.
rise, please. The Christmas Courtroom is in session. The Honorable King Kringle presiding.
Thank you. And first, I'd like to introduce the greatest lawyer of all time, our lawyer, not just your lawyer, not just my lawyer, the lawyer, Lawyer Love, and his worthy opponent today, but not opponent. This is a friendly debate here. Um, King Kringle. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'll be going up today. Let's see who wins. All right, baby. Now, some orders of business here, Zeke. What song are you thinking? I, I said song. I'm on a sabbatical right now from the courtroom.
Mr. Grinch, you really are the As as a cactus, as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Order, order in the court. Order in the court. I might have to take that as an opening statement. It was so honestly so moving. So with that being said, Lawyer Love, I'm going to assume that for your movie, you're going to be doing a little bit of a Grinch. Now, have you decided which Grinch movie you're going to go with here?
Oh yes, and believe it or sorry, I forgot to announce that, and you might have been saying it while I was playing my music over you, but we are debating the best Christmas movie today.
Yes,
Um,
we are.
yes, and I am in fact the one who chose the best Christmas movie. Only one of us could do that. I chose it. It's going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original cartoon version from 1966.
Beautiful. Okay, and Dan, what movie are you going to go with today? Today, I'm going to go with The Tangerine Bear. Might be a little lesser known film in the year 2000, but let me tell you, did a lot for me in my childhood. And I think I'm gonna have some points today that's gonna show you guys why the Tangerine Bear is a better Christmas movie than the Grinch original cartoon itself. Beautifully said, Dan. Honestly, I'm already on your side. If I'm just being, I'm not trying to have favoritism. I'm not trying to have favoritism. Don't want to get thrown out of the court for what's that called? When you already know the person. Not it's bias, but there's a word for it, right? You're too close to the
Um,
case.
oh, well, you would have to recuse yourself.
Recuse. Yeah, I wouldn't want to recuse myself. I wouldn't want to have to. Okay, Lawyer Love, you're saying that there's only one right answer, and maybe that's true. Tell me why there's one right answer, and the answer is yours.
Well, it's plain and simple. Christmas is a season for growth. It's a season for love. It's a season for sharing it in a community. These are the values that the spec embodies, and these, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are the values that the Grinch embodies. Now, you in the Grinch, you have a character in The Grinch, yet another movie that the title it gets right to the point. You're not wondering what's going on. Um, who is in need of redemption. He hates Christmas. Um, and I as formerly Jingle Bombs, I can relate to an angry person who has an interesting relationship with Christmas. But what he does is when he goes to ruin the Christmas for the Who's down in Whoville, he actually is converted over to Christmas, over to the love of Christmas by seeing the strong, loving community that comes out on Christmas Day after he steals all their presents. And the Who's down in Whoville are all like, you know, in a line, holding hands, singing "We Love Christmas" and celebrating it with each other. You also have, great images of Christmas: the snow, the trees, the food, the presents. Shout out to Santa and the sleigh with the Grinch doing his own adaptation of that. So you have all the Christmas like classic like components, along with this redemption story of the Grinch, who by the end of the movie is the biggest lover of Christmas you'll ever see. And this is a story that me personally, I relate to deeply. The Specky has done this for me. It's converted me from a terrorist who threatened to blow Christmas up to Lawyer Love, who I would argue loves Christmas more than anybody else. So this movie means a lot for me, and I think it really embodies what us as a Specky community can strive to become, just like the Who's down in Whoville.
Beautifully said, Lawyer Love. Beautifully said. Um, Dan, would you have anything to say about that? Well, first off, I'd like to say one thing. Okay, this guy's talking about being the guy that loves Christmas the most. You think order in the court here? Order in the court. This is your first argument. We're not ready for the rebuttal. The Tangerine Bear. Talk about a redemption arc. I mean, this guy. It's not the same as the Grinch's redemption. Let's just lay a little bit of the plot out for you guys at home that might not know to give you a little bit of a better understanding what the Tangerine Bear went through. Little bear in a factory around Christmas time. That's tough. A little bear. I mean, that's order in the court. Order in the court. Zeke, is that a distraction tactic against your opponent?
Sorry, Your Honor. I was it was getting a little bit hot. I apologize.
Proceed. He's a bear around Christmas time getting made. A mouse knocks him over, and he goes to the stamping machine for the smile, and he gets put down upside down. He goes to the store, no one buys him, but he doesn't understand why because he doesn't have a mirror, right? It represents his childhood and innocence. Sometimes you get bullied when you're a kid, you just don't understand why. All of a sudden, he gets put in the 50% rack, no one buys him. It's a bear with a frown. And then he gets finally taken to an antique shop just for like misfits and odd toys. And he meets a bunch of friends that are just like him. Jack in the Box that's afraid to go inside his box. And all of a sudden, he's with other people that he can be around, but he doesn't quite understand how much that means. And I think a lot of times we take for granted what's around us, and the family we do have. Because sometimes family's not just blood. Tangerine Bear, he starts decorating for Christmas, hopes someone buys him. All of a sudden, Zeke, let me tell you something. Some guy comes in to buy the Tangerine Bear after some more adversity. And the owner of the store says, I'm sorry, he's not for sale because he's part of our family. And in that moment, he realizes he was home all along. All he wanted to do was find a home for the holidays, and he found a home Christmas Eve night when he realized he was home the whole time. And that's how I feel, similarly to you, about the spectacular. You know what I mean? We're all one big family, whether we realize it or not. And I think every year on December 11th, 18th, or whatever it may be,
18.
18th, I hear you. I'm graduating on the 11th. I still have it. Oh, we we all realize we're one big family yet again. Very nicely said, Dan. Lawyer Love, do you have a rebuttal or anything to say to that?
Yeah, let me just start real quickly with rebuttal number one.
Sure.
And this is really no offense because I'll admit, um, after this episode, I'm gonna be trying to find a way to watch this movie during this Christmas season for sure.
Mhm.
That being said, I had never even so much as heard of the Tangerine Bear, and it's difficult for me to believe that a movie that me, a connoisseur of Christmas movies, and granted, I haven't seen them all, would never even heard of it. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe everybody else has, and I'm really behind on the times. So that's just point number one. Not really to knock it as a movie, but just to say why it isn't the best Christmas movie. Um, and point number two, from everything that I can tell so far, this movie might not be so much a Christmas movie as a movie that takes place during the Christmas season. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. From what I can tell, this movie is about a tangerine bear who's struggling to fit in. And now, what is his maybe specific goal? Home for the holidays. So yes, it's definitely got a Christmas component to it, that's when it takes place. But what does he really want? A permanent home, a more of a self redemption story, as maybe opposed to a Christmas redemption story. So while I certainly don't disagree with calling it a Christmas movie, I'm not sure that it's Christmassy enough to be considered the best Christmas movie, as opposed to a movie such as The Grinch, which whether or not you've seen it, whether or not you've seen the original version, which is the most loyal to Dr. Seuss's book, and original is often the best in my opinion. Whether or not you've seen it, you've certainly heard of it. You certainly know what goes on in it, I would assume. And maybe again, I'm being biased, but I would have to think. And also between the scenery and the plot, from start to finish, there's nothing not Christmas about it, and that to me is a necessary pre-qualifier for the best Christmas movie.
Nicely said, Zeke. Thought your point's very valid. But let's link to Dan to see what he's got to say for his rebuttal segment. Yeah, they were valid. I mean, valid. The first rebuttal I might have, Zeke, is listen. I've heard of it, as you said. I heard of it. Also, never seen it. Again, people grow up in different ways. However, Tangerine Bear, like 40 to 50 minutes. We're talking about a 26-minute. This is less than your TV show, Zeke. The title is movie. Are we classifying 26 minutes as a movie? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide, not for me. 26 minutes. Also, is it even the best Grinch out there? The live action Jim Carrey came out in 2000, just like the Tangerine, obviously, right when we were born, basically, a little bit after. So that we grew up with that movie too. It's not like we were too late in the game to have that be our Grinch movie. And that's a full-fledged movie. There's narration in both. I love the narration in both. I went back and I watched about 10 minutes of the cartoon Grinch in preparation. But I think there's something about seeing the live action Grinch where you could really feel the character's emotion and you see the transition over a longer period of time because it's not as condensed. However, I'm not arguing for the regular Grinch. Um, the last thing I want to say, just as a rebuttal to a point you made, is yes, I see exactly what you're saying, where maybe it's not exactly about Christmas the whole time. It's home for the holidays to find a permanent home. My argument is Christmas is our permanent home. That's what we do with this, Becky. That's why we made it 3 months, baby. We want to make it. There are people. We don't have to say who are arguing for full year. Christmas is our home. We are the home of this, Becky, and Christmas is the home of us. It's where we feel connected, and that's what home means to me. So, to me, anything that's about finding a home is about finding Christmas. Lawyer Love, I would love you to give a little bit of a quick rebuttal if you have anything else to say about the points he made, because you had to go first for the rebuttal segment. And then I'd like you to get into maybe your favorite line or your favorite quote if you have one from the movie.
Yeah, so quick rebuttal. I hear what you're saying about it being only 26 minutes. I would argue uh, both 26 minutes and what the 45 or 50 minutes that the Tangerine Bear is fall within typical show range. Um, as most TV shows are between that 20-minute to 1 hour range. That being said, let me just read you quickly the definition of a movie. A story or event recorded by a camera as a set of moving images and shown in a theater or on television, a motion picture. I would think it is beyond argument that both the 26-minute Grinch and the 45 to 50-minute Tangerine Bear are stories or events recorded by a camera as a set of moving images and shown in either in a theater or on television.
Order in the court. Order in the court. I have a question for you, Zeke. I know Dan, your opponent, has probably sent you videos of certain things, maybe even attached to his body, that are between 10 and 15 seconds long on Snapchat. Would you consider those movies?
No, they have not been shown in either a theater or on television.
No, that's where you might be wrong, Zeke. That's where you might be wrong. Check out Dan's OnlyFans, link down below. All right.
And that would neither be a theater nor television.
Oh, we're doing a drive-in movie to it. We're doing a drive-in movie. Get ready, baby. Get ready. You're lying, Zeke, please.
Oh yes, I have a quote. So here we go. Uh, now here's like how long, like what's the maximum length on this? Because I could shorten it or give you the full version that I have.
I would keep it to four solitary lines
Okay.
max.
Um,
Sentences.
4 sentences. Okay. All right. Let me count this out. All right. Um, one, two, three, four.
I'll stop you when I feel you've gone too much.
Okay. All right. Well, the all right. All right. Fine. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2.
That's 12 for everyone counting at home. 12 that would be 12 Grinches. I'm not sure. Listen, you know, do you think there's any significance to the number 12?
Well, if I had to give you one, it is that Christmas is 12 days long. And, that's like Christmas itself is 12 days long, right? The 12 days of Christmas. Now,
Yep,
the season of Christmas, celebrating it and its message and what it means, year-long celebration, all for it.
of course.
Christmas itself, 12 days, and those are the 12 best days of the year, let me tell you. Um, so the Grinch, think of it. Christmas and his newfound love of it allowed him to grow to basically Christmas strength out of the Grinch. Think of how strong the Specky as a community is and how strong we all feel at the Specky and how strong Christmas makes us. That's the Grinch. He is literally all of that combined into one just because of how much he loves Christmas. And that is the true meaning of Christmas, folks. And that is the best quote from the best Christmas movie.
Very nicely said. Dan, do you have a quote or a short rebuttal? I just think it's interesting that a former villain, a former Christmas villain, likes the Christmas villain movie. I mean, listen, it closely tracks his arc, and a beautiful arc it is. He's not wrong. It is the most beautiful arc in Christmas. I think here at the Spectacular, everyone is on their toes, waiting to see loyal love and the redemption arc that he has. Let's just see how his interaction with Santa goes this year. Hopefully, he doesn't hold any grudges. My quote: it's not going to be from the end. I wanted to take it from a point where you could really understand what what Tangerine Bear was going through. And it says, I want to be sold to a family that I can be a part of. Now, on the outside looking in, we hear this and we think, well, obviously that doesn't make sense. Right? Well, see, holy goodness,
I'm sorry. I think you thought the same thing I was thinking. Just that
yeah,
quote
no,
out of
I did see. After you laughed, that's what I thought of. Yep. All right. Order in the court. Order, and we will not have this in the court today. This is a fair and just court. We will not be making these kind of sly remarks and comments. Yeah. So that he wants to be sold to a family that he can be a part of. He's a tangerine. Yeah, see, tangerine is his coloring. Um, I might have lost this argument, folks. I don't know. I should have read the
Sadly, you
quote a
also
couple.
might have just won it.
I
So
might have won it. Based on the voters, I think I should be doing pretty well. The point is, we can all read from the outside in that sometimes it can feel that way. You know, it's the one thing you want to get away from at Christmas, is the consumerism, which we see in a lot of movies. Now, even in The Grinch, sometimes the consumerism, like it's all about toys, all about toys. But then at the end, we see it's not about toys because they still celebrate without toys. And similarly here, where you can't buy a friend, you can't buy a family member. That's not how it works. Money can't do that. You just become it. You just are. And that's the beauty of love, the beauty of Christmas, the beauty of family. And that's the beauty of the Specky. You can't buy your way into the Specky. You got to show love, joy, Christmas cheer. And that's why I think the Tangerine Bear is the best movie of all time, let alone Christmas movie.
well, you heard it here first, folks. If you don't get drafted, apparently you're not coming to the Specky this year. You can't buy your way in.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Loyal love. Holy goodness. Where's the love?
I apologize. That was unacceptable, and my actually I want to apologize. I've had some rude moments during this. Uh I couldn't control my laughter in inopportune moments. So I want to apologize to the court and to the jury. Please don't let it affect my arguments themselves, but I understand if it has to.
Your apology is accepted. I will say also, donations and paid invitations will be made available to all of you out there. So anyone scared, don't worry about it. If you don't get drafted, you're more than welcome to send me as much Fazuls as you do, please. You can buy as many Specky tickets as you like. Buy two for yourself if you're big enough, you know? Anyway, guys, this has been a wonderful debate. A wonderful debate. Now, how are we going to decide here? They're going to comment down below, or they're going to be a poll?
So we're gonna put a poll out on the old Twitter, and this is the part of the show where I'll announce the results of the first poll. It was actually a 4-0 sweep for Candy Cane Costa's "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree," defeating my "The Christmas Song." So I'm not sure if Leif voted in that, so if he double counted or not, but he also had ruled for Candy Cane. So congrats to Candy Cane. You came in and took me down on my own turf week one. So great job with that. And thanks for the participation on the poll. Everybody keep it up. I'd love to see even more votes getting out there. So.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, listen, obviously you hate to see it on your own home turf, but you love to see a competitor coming in here and showing what they have best. Uh, and I guess it is time for me to come to my final decision. Now, I have listened to both arguments openly and honestly. And I gotta say, Lawyer Love's argument has really struck a chord with me. The Grinch is the one of the most impactful movies ever, let alone Christmas. But it's just like it's almost like what Dan was saying was coming from me. You know, it's like it was a part of me. I just felt it somewhere deep down. I felt it somewhere, like in my core. Seek and oh, excuse me.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Yes, yes. See.
um, was that you speaking from the judge's seat, or was that my competitor?
No, no, my hat just fell off. My friend, there's
Oh,
no problem.
Freudian hat fall off, quite possibly, Your Honor.
No. I think Dan won this one, folks. Tangerine Bears got to take the victory. Thank you, guys. I didn't honestly didn't expect this. I thought I did okay, but thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. No problem, pal. All right. Well, Lawyer Love, this has been a phenomenal time. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to. I think we have the same sentiment where we're both going to probably go and watch each other's movies as soon as possible. And we're right around the corner. I'm sure this comes out on whatever they call it's some kind of weird holiday on the end of October. But November 1st, it's Christmas season, baby. We're going to start watching all the Christmas movies. Maybe we could have like a Christmas movie viewing party with Spicky members on Zoom or something, or like you know that app you can watch movies together.
Yeah, maybe what we do, since they're both shorter movies,
Hmm,
is we do a double feature:
okay,
the Grinch and
Tangerine.
the Tangerine Bear, and it's an on the spot vote or something like that. I mean,
I
I would
forget.
be more than down, and I'll still put out the poll, but let's see if we can. We'll probably throw something in the group chat when we drop the video tomorrow. Well, when it's such a weird concept putting out videos because people aren't. All right, I'm gonna just stop talking. You're gonna understand what happens when it happens. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. This was episode 2 of the Christmas Courtroom. King versus Loyal Love. The Grinch versus Tangerine Bear. Best Christmas movie ever. Vote, watch. Merry Christmas to all of you.